Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. I just arrived home from a small trip to the local shops and now it is too cold to drive my Lada without a heater fan in the cabin. This is my daily and I can't feel my feet. I am suspecting this button to be the fan, the heater fan, because I can see something that looks like a fan. This one I have no idea what is. Maybe it's a brake switch check. Well, maybe not, because it has two positions. I don't know what that is. But this one I expect to be the heater fan. And nothing seems to work. What I would like to do now is to try to remove that one. And see if it's even connected to anything. It seems to be. So maybe it could be interesting to actually check for power on these, because it could be, of course it could be a fuse, but it could also just be something simple in the switch or something like that. There's nothing here, at least. I'm actually getting 12 volts on the yellow one, so that must be the live one. And am I getting anything on this one? Nope. So when I press the button, I would expect it to send 12 volt to something else. Yeah, it's up here. And on the lower one, down here maybe. Yeah. There's no issues at the switch and there's no issue at the fuse. Look at how watertight my Lada Niva is. The good thing is there are no carpets in this car. This is because of a rusty battery tray that I need to fix at some point. But I'm not really expecting to get this completely watertight anyway. So now let's see if we can find some access to the actual blower engine. Yeah, there's a lot of funny wires down here that I need to clean up at some point. But remember, this had gas system fitted, so what I would like to do right now is to remove this lower portion of the dash, because it will give me a better access to the heater fan. It's always difficult to access those, in my opinion at least. But I'm gonna try to take that off. That also gives me the possibility to check all these. I think they are related to the gas system, but I don't know. This one, for instance, I have no idea what is, if it's even a knob or whatever it's supposed to be able to do. But I'm going to remove this lower part and then we can inspect it a bit further. I went ahead and removed the radio and all the buttons and all that, and I've actually been using some time to remove all unnecessary wiring and household wiring and all that. This car was fitted with a central locking and alarm system. I'm not interested in that. Also because I don't know how well it's put together, and I don't like having a lot of live wires that are not safely connected and all that. So now I've removed all that. Also removed the radio. It's not working at the moment. I don't know why. I would like to get it to work, or maybe install a better one. But right now it's all about that blower engine and getting some heat into this cabin. Yeah, that looks right. Oh, like this. Pretty lucky that the engine is not more powerful than this, because putting your finger into a electric motor like that is maybe not the most brightest thing in the world. But I knew it's made of plastic, and I just wanted to see if it was maybe stuck in place. And all that work to just do this. Now it works perfectly, no problems. And I know I have been talking a lot about how cheap parts for the Lada Niva is, and this is no exception. A new heater fan is around 25 euros, so it's not bad. Now I know how to get in here. It's not bad either. On some cars it can be a complete nightmare, especially the heater matrix, but this is not bad. I could put it all back together now, and then maybe it would work, and if it didn't, then maybe just a bit of a kick or slam on the side would make it start. But what I would like to do is to take it completely out and try to lubricate the bearing, because I have a feeling that the issue is the resistance in the engine itself, because it just needs a small touch to start working. I don't think it's anything to do with the resistors or anything like that. I think it's just too much resistance to kick it on. So maybe I can fix it, and maybe I can't, but I'm going to do an attempt, because it's much more fun to fix what I have than to just buy something new. So here we are at the bench. Don't mind all the braking flare tools. I'm actually doing some work to an Opel Zafira. This is rather tough to turn, so I think I'm onto something. But let's see what we can do to take it all off. This is the resistor pack down here. There we go. Oh, it's really tough to turn. I guess it's supposed to be rather easy to turn one of these, but I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be this hard. It seems to be the original one, CCCP. Yeah, it's old, that's for sure. Let's try to take the rear plate off. Just such a great satisfaction to make stuff like this work rather than just replacing it. I know it's cheap, and the best thing would maybe just be to actually change it, but why do that if it's possible to save it? It's magnetic, so it wants to stay on. There we go. It's the bearing up here that is really tight. I need to get this one off. There we go. Enough to take the assembly backwards? Yes, it is. I'm going to try to pop this locking ring off. That disappeared. I'm pretty sure that will be impossible to find, but hopefully I have one that we can use when we go to put it back together. Yeah, I think this fits, so that should be all right. So a couple of spacer rings right there. I think we should be able to just withdraw it. Maybe a slight tap. There we go. I think it's just a bushing up there. So now I'm going to try to clean the inside of the bore using some brake clean to get residue off. Yeah, that's pretty dirty. And then I'm actually going to lubricate this that could be a bad decision because there is a possibility of some fine dust coming from the bushes that could contaminate that. But it seems pretty clean, so I'm not really worried about it. So I think I'm gonna try, but I'm not going to use very much though. This is just some spray grease. It's supposed to cling on to the surface. Then let's try to re-inset it. Oh yeah, now it spins completely. Not free, but smooth. A lot better than before. So let's put this back together. I love the Niva so far when it comes to serviceability on stuff. This is easy work, really. Normally it's stuff like this is something with a lot of small springs and stupid stuff that flies away. It was only the locking ring that I lost, so not bad. How does it feel now? A lot smoother, that's for sure. And put the fan back on. Now it actually free spins a little bit when I do this. It was hard to actually turn before, so I think this will make a very, very big difference. But for the fun of it, let's test it out. Whew! It's working real nice. Let's reinstall this into the car, and then time will tell if it works for a couple of days or it's a long-term repair. But I'm gonna fit this and then we're going to test it. So everything is back together and now let's test it. And once again, you don't have to put the ignition on the Lada Niva to operate the heater fan or the window wiper or anything like that. Don't ask me why, that's just the way it is. Let's try. Woo! Oh, that's nice. Woo! This is amazing. It's a pretty small thing, really, but I can't wait to drive this car again because it will just raise the comfort level so amazingly. It's not been that bad for the last few weeks, but today we are having -4 degrees or something like that, and it's still dropping, so it's too cold to drive around in a car where the heating is just slowly evaporating into the cabin where there are no carpets and holes everywhere. So I had cold hands and cold feet driving this car, and that should be done now. So that's great. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.